Hey guys, it's Way here, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how you can make millions of coins on FIFA 19 very easily and with no risk at all. Some of the players I'll show you in this video will cost you 150 to maybe 500 coins, and you'll be able to sell them in the future for anywhere from 1 to 3,000 coins up to, in some cases, 20 or 30k or even more. The profit margins are crazy, and you guys can make back 10, 20 or 30 times what you spend on investments. So let's say you guys spend 100k on some of the players I'll show you in this video, you'll be able to sell them in the future for over 1 million coins profit. So this is not clickbait, and it's just an amazing way of making coins. Hope you guys do enjoy the video. If you do, don't forget to leave a like on it. Let's try and smash 250, that'd be much appreciated. If you guys are new around here, don't forget to subscribe, and without further ado, let's go into it. So we're going to be trading with and investing in cards required for future League Squad Builder challenges. As of right now, these are yet to be released, however they should start either this Friday or the next, and from then on we'll have 2 released every single month. As you guys can see on FIFA 18, we had a variety of these different League SBCs released for plenty of leagues around the world, each one of them giving a high rated League SBC card in return, along with packs and coins. When these SBCs are released, player prices from across the leagues rise in value, however some go up a lot more than others, and they're primarily silver players just because they're a lot rarer on the market compared to their bronze and gold counterparts. There's normally a huge demand for these cards, as a lot of people want to complete the SBCs and get the awesome new cards in their squad. However, because of the very limited supply of many silver cards, it means that they go up so much in price, and that's why they're the best investments and why the majority of cards I show you in this video will be silvers. And in some cases you find clubs where they maybe only really have silver players, or have certain positions where they only have one player, and in some cases a silver or a bronze player, and they become really rare, and in some cases go extinct. Their price caps rise and rise, and that's why we saw last year some silver players required for League SBCs go from being 200 or 300 coins to 50 or 60k within just a couple of weeks. I remember Lille centre backs, they only had 3 of them, and you needed 3 centre backs for the SBC, and they were all silvers. They rose from just a couple of hundred coins to 30k very quickly, and their right wingers rose from being about 1 or 2k to being 60k, just because they only had one right winger or one right sided midfielder, and he was a silver. There was a big demand for him, but very little supply, and he rose up. It's very simple, and all the cards I'll show you in this video will do exactly that. They'll rise in price and make you loads of profit. So as you guys will have seen from last year, we can expect all of the major leagues around the world to have a League SBC released at some point throughout FIFA 19. So that means the Premier League, Liga, Serie A, Bundesliga and La Liga are all nailed on certainties, and are therefore really good leagues to focus some of your investments on, and I'll show you guys plenty of those in just a moment, because there are some players that are going to rise up a lot more in value as opposed to others, and are obviously going to be the best players to invest in. As well as these big leagues, I think there are a lot of average size leagues around the world that will also have SBCs released. I think the Chinese Super League is another nailed on certainty. It's new to the game, there's a lot of hype around it, and there's a lot of really good players in it, so I expect we may have someone like Hulk, Anderson Talisca, maybe Lavetzi, Gaitan, Pato, just a popular player on the game really, that will receive an SBC card from this league, and therefore a lot of people want to complete it. I think the Eredivisie is another nailed on certainty. We've had that on the last 2 FIFAs. There are lots of these smaller leagues, maybe the Hyundai League for example, who could potentially have League SBCs released. The K League is one of them. The Russian League I think is a nailed on certainty. We've had that for the last 2 years. Likewise the Liga Banco MX, I think we'll definitely have that. Maybe leagues like the Liga de Mayor, we could have that. Maybe the Croatian League. The Liga NOS we will definitely have. We've had that in the last few years. Japanese League we could potentially have. It was on FIFA 18. The MLS is a nailed on certainty. The Belgian Pro League as well, pretty much guaranteed. We've had that in the last 2 years. The Swiss League we could potentially have. There are a few decent players in there. The Argentine League, again, it's a possibility, but we haven't had that in any previous FIFAs. The Saudi League, I think we will probably have that. A lot of Saudi people do play FIFA. It's very popular over there, and I believe we've had that SBC for the past 2 years. The Scottish Premiership is a possibility. I believe we had that on FIFA 17, and then we've also got the Super League here, which I think we will almost definitely have released on the game. So just as a random example, I've picked out the Liga NOS, where I'm going to show you guys some really good low budget investments that will make you guaranteed profit, and this is something that can apply to any of those smaller and more medium-sized leagues, like the Super League maybe, or the Russian League as an example. However, later on in the video I will be showing you guys specific players from the 5 major leagues that will rise up huge amounts in value, in some cases 20, 30, 40, even 50 times what they're currently selling for. But all you want to do is pick out one of these leagues, so the Liga NOS in this case here, and then set your quality to silver, and then just go down and set your maximum price to 150 coins. You're going to be mass bidding on these cards, and basically just trying to pick up one of every single card you see really, and that way you can store them in your club, and you're getting cards for about 150 coins or so, which will be worth anywhere from maybe 500 or 600 coins on the lower end of the scale, all the way up to 4, 5, 6,000 coins in some cases. So all you want to do really is just get a few pages pages in, because a lot of people are already doing this, and literally just go and bid on all the players you see, and try not to bid like too many times on one specific player, so don't get like loads of Sakos, for example, just because that will really clog up your transfer list, and you're going to be getting so many players. You don't really want to have too many duplicates, because you're going to be doing this across a lot of leagues. We just go through and bid on all of the players you see really, and you'll be able to get the vast majority of these cards for 150 coins very, very easily. I mean, this is such a simple and easy way of making coins. Even if you only have, let's say, 5,000 coins, you can still go ahead and pick up maybe like 30-40 players, something like that. You can make a load of profit by just getting these really, really cheap cards, and you will see the majority of these players will go up by about at least 5 or 6 times what they're currently selling for. And I mean, I've already filled up my transfer targets, I've got a few other investments, but we've gone ahead and bid on a load of these cards, and you literally just need to wait for them to expire, and it's as simple as that. You can store the majority of them in your club, as they're very, very easy to pick up for this kind of price. As long as you're not getting loads of duplicates, it's as simple as that. Send them to your club and then keep these, and when a league SBC is released, and I guarantee a league like the Liga, we will have this released at some point throughout the game, these cards will rocket up in value. You'll see them go for several thousand coins, and you'll have got them for just 150 coins. So if you guys invest maybe 50k into some Liga players, you could be looking at around 400,000 to 500,000 coins worth of those players when the league SBC is released. Now, looking at my transfer list, you guys will see I've got a lot of duplicates, a lot of the same types of players, and you're probably wondering what's so special about them. For example, Fortes, why have I got about a page of a random 69 rated non-rare silver card from the Liga? Now, what I've done is I've looked through every single major league, and therefore every club within those leagues in Europe, and I've cherry picked the very best investments to show you guys. These are just a few of them on my transfer list that I've got stored as duplicates. I have plenty more in my club, and I'm going to show you guys those in just a moment. I've in fact got 5 whole squads of investments, 1 for each league, and if you guys go ahead and spend anywhere from maybe 80 to 100,000 coins on those investments, I guarantee you will make yourself around 1 million coins back. It is absolutely crazy. The profit margins on these players is crazy. Someone like Fortes, I can get these cards for maybe just a couple hundred coins, 300 coins there in that case, and I'll be able to sell these types of cards for probably around 10,000 coins or more in some cases. A lot of the price ranges do get adjusted for these types of players when they go extinct. But what I've done is I've looked at these clubs, and I've found maybe a position where there's only one player, or where there's only silver players, players who have a real potential to rise in value. So Fortes, I've got so many of him. You're probably wondering why. It's because for Toulouse there are only 2 centre backs, and one of them's a gold card and the other is Fortes, the silver card right here. And that means when a league SBC is released, you're going to need at least 2 centre backs. It probably won't be a 3 at the back formation, it will probably be a 2 at the back or 2 centre back formation, and you would end up needing 2 centre backs. You've got the gold card, and everyone is going to go ahead and need this card, and because it's a silver card, it's going to be really, really rare and sought after, and he's so cheap right now. I mean, look at the price I'm paying for these types of cards here: 400 coins, 300, 300, 250. I mean, looking at the price right now on the market, what's he selling for? I mean, he's going for like 700 coins. There's a few here. He's already really rare. I mean, if an SBC comes out, this card will rocket up in value. It will probably go extinct. And we saw, for example, with Lille centre backs last year, they went up to being about 30 or 40k because he needed 3 of them, and there were only 3 centre backs on the game from that club. Harrick, for example, that's a decent investment, as he is one of the only centre backs for Nîmes. We've got Miguel, who I believe is the only left back. We've got Selic, who's the only right back for Lille. We've got Lefort, who's the only left back for Amiens. Loads and loads of examples to show you guys here. Zimmer's the only right back for this team right here. Pajic is the only left mid for Cagliari. Zambano, I believe, is one of 2 right backs for Fiorense, and they're both silver cards. Bamba's the only right mid for Lille. We've got some other ones here. Akolo's the only right winger for Stuttgart. Luis Araujo is the only left mid or left winger for Lille, and last year their right winger, I think they only had one of them, he was a silver card. Again, he was 74 rated. He had quite a similar card really to Araujo. I believe he was called El Ghazi. He rose to being 60 or 70,000 coins at his peak, which was crazy expensive. Sumaro is another one. I think last year he rose to about 20 or 30k. He's another Lille centre back. It's just because they don't really have many centre backs on the game. But looking at the price of someone like Araujo right now, you can get him for a couple of thousand coins. I got these cards super cheaply right here on bid. 2.1k in that case there, 3.1 for this one. And if you keep an eye on these player prices, you can get them really cheaply for just a couple of hundred coins, as their silvers often get listed really cheaply. easily, and when an SBC is released for these guys, they will rocket up in price. All you need to do is just store them and wait, and it's as simple as that. So here we go, guys. These are the 5 different investment squads I've got for you, one from each of the major leagues around Europe, and each one of them comprises the 23 best investments from those leagues that will make you guaranteed profit. So if you guys haven't yet left a like on the video, make sure you do so, because I've put so much effort into building all these squads, finding all these different players. So first of all, I'd recommend that you guys simply copy these concept squads I've got. You guys will see the player names running through in the background, and literally just go ahead and build the same team as me. So all these different concept squads for each of these leagues, make sure you get all the same players, put them into a concept squad, and instead of instantly going out and just buying all of the different players that you see here, just add them to a concept squad like I've done, and look through and try and find any good deals. Don't instantly go and pay. For example, for this silver card, 3.5k. Just keep an eye on these guys. If you see a really cheap one on bid, you can try and bid on it and get it cheaply. If you see a good buy now deal, likewise pick it up. So right here, there's one for 500 coins. I just add that to my transfer target and try and get him quite cheaply. Maybe someone like Ojo, for example. I'm not going to go ahead and pay 3.5k for him, but there's a few open bid deals here that I just keep an eye on and try and get cheaply. There's no rush really to fill out these squads. You've got a couple of days until the first league SBC comes out, and then after that there's another month until the next two, and then another month. So you guys have got loads and loads of time to fill out these squads and get the best investments. It's very, very easy. Just build these concept squads. You guys have seen the players. You can go and pause the video and check them out, and just try and pick up some of these cards. Just to go over a few examples to show you guys why these are such good investments. El Hadjim, for example, is the only right back for Amiens. Cornet's the only right mid for that club. Fortes we've already covered, one of only 2 centre backs, and he's a silver playing for Toulouse. We've got Ojo is the only right winger or right mid for Stade de Reims. Thomasson is the only left mid or left-sided midfielder for Strasbourg. Carroll right here is the only left back for that club. Luis Araujo, the only left-sided midfielder for Lille. We've got the right back here, Selic, the only right back for Lille. Loads and loads of examples here, and if you guys just add all these players to a concept squad and try and fill them out, try and get as many players as you can from each of these different concept squads, you will make guaranteed profit. All of these players here I expect will rise up 10, 20, 30, 40, even 50 or more times what they're currently selling for. I mean, we could see someone like Fortes right now who's going for maybe 300 or 400 coins rise up to being 20 or 30k, and if you guys invest in a load of him, you will make yourself hundreds of thousands of coins. Moving on to the Serie A, again I've got an entire squad of investments for you guys, and you can see in the background all these players. You can put the video in slow motion, you can pause it, you can do whatever just to find all these guys and add them to a concept squad. It may take you a little bit of time, probably nowhere near as much time as it took me to find all these players in the first place, but if you guys do this, as I said, you can just spend a little bit of time every time you go onto Ultimate Team looking through it and trying to get these cards cheaply. Again, I mean, I've already explained these are all good investments here, but just to show you guys a few of them, we've got Paul Lirola, for example, the only right back for Sassuolo. Right now he's quite expensive, but you've got a few open bid deals that you could just try and get as cheaply as possible and just store it in your club, and that could be a good investment there. We've got the only left mid for Atlanta, who is Gossens right here. Again, quite a rare card on the market, but if he's required for an SBC, he's going to go extinct. His price range will be increased, and he'll be like 20 or 30k within a couple of weeks. Someone like Dix right now, he's actually quite a cheap player, could maybe pick him up, but he's one of only 2 right backs for Fiorentina, and both of them are rare silver cards, so will be really, really rare on the market. You've got quite a lot of players at Cagliari, loads of good investments down there. Only 1 right back, Paduan, only 1 left back, and that is Lico Giannas. Only 1 right mid, Farago, and only 1 left mid with Pajac. I mean, you've got another one here, good investment. I believe that club is called Bologna, and they've got Dix there. Only a left back, I believe, from that club, so a good one there. The only right back for the same club, Mbai, good one to go ahead and pick up. Looking at Udinese, only 1 right back, and that is Ter Avest. I got this card for, how much did I get him for? 800 coins, and right now, let's see what he's selling for. He's going for about a similar kind of price, but given he's the only player in that position for that club, if an SBC comes out, which it will for the Serie A, and he's required, you're going to see that card probably go to like 5, 6, 7,000 coins very, very easily. And I mean, all these cards are really good investments. I think the best squads are the Serie A and the Liga in terms of investing, but I would recommend covering all the leagues just to maximize your profit. Heading over to the Bundesliga, we've again got an entire squad of players, as you guys would have expected, and you can see all of them in the background right now. Again, you can pause the video, do what you want, just make sure you build this concept squad, call it Bundesliga investments, and you're good to go. You can pick up lots of these players. We have got a couple of bronzes in here and no golds. Like with all the other squads, you're probably wondering why there are no golds. It's just because they're a lot more common on the market, so they don't really rise up in value as much. But just to pick out some of these investments, I've already covered a Kolo, the only right winger for Stuttgart. The only right sided midfielder for Hoffenheim is Reece Nelson right there. You've got this guy here called Zimmer, the only right back for his club, Everton, and this guy here called Magritte. There's only a couple of centre backs, I think maybe 3 or 4 for this team here, which is called Nürnberg, and they're all silvers, so good ones there. Valentini is one of only a couple of right backs, and they're all silvers again at the same club. You've got loads of good ones from Nürnberg there. This guy here, Onisiwo, is one of only 2 right mids or right sided midfielders for his club, which is Mainz, and I mean they're both silvers, so they're both going to rise up. You've got 3 at Augsburg right there. 3 right-sided midfielders, but again they're all silvers, so they'll all rise up. You've got Okoroji, who is a English left back, never heard of him, bit random. He's playing in the Bundesliga, playing for Freiburg, but he's the only player in that position. He's a bronze, he's going to be quite rare, and he'll rise up in value. Next up is the Premier League, where a lot of the players are already relatively expensive just because it's a very popular and hyped league, but that doesn't make them bad investments. There's loads of players here that will make you loads and loads of profit, and the main reason for that is because so many people will go ahead and complete a Premier League SBC, as it's by far the most popular league on the game. Loads of people build Premier League sides and all want a Premier League SBC card within their squad. Now you guys may have noticed the majority of these players do play for newly promoted sides or some of the more average teams in the Premier League. That's just because you don't have many silver players for clubs like Chelsea and Man City, and gold cards don't really rise up that much in price. But let's take a look at some of these players. Iorfa, for example, is the only right back on the market from Wolves. I know you've got this card here in concepts, but I haven't seen him ever on the market. I think he transferred before the beginning of the game. He may have a Wolves card somewhere, someone may have one, but I mean, as far as I'm aware, Iorfa is the only right back for Wolves, so that's straight away a very, very good investment. You've got Dummett. I think there's maybe like 2 or maybe 3 different left backs at Newcastle, but all of them silver, so they will definitely rise up in price as they're quite rare. I believe Sessegnon is the only right back, and he's a bronze playing for Fulham, so definitely want a good rise in price. Pugh is, I believe, the only left mid who's not an inform. You do have Fraser, but he's an inform. The only left-sided midfielder there playing for Bournemouth, so definitely one that would rise in price, as they do actually play a formation with wingers, so you will definitely need those when an SBC is released, because generally what happens is EA use the formation the club actually plays in real life. Wan-Bissaka and Ward are the only 2 right backs for Crystal Palace, and they're both silvers. And then finally we've got Cardiff, who just have an absolute ton of different players, because they only have a handful of gold cards. Most of their squad are silver. I think they only have maybe 3 or 4 centre backs. They're all silver, so all really, really good investments, as you'll need 2 as a bare minimum, maybe even 3. I'm not sure if they play a formation with 3 centre backs, but either way, really good investments there at the back. And then they only have a couple of wingers. I think they only have 1 or 2 on each side of the pitch, so again, really good investments. And as they're all silvers, they're really, really good investments because they're rare on the market, a lot rarer than silvers. I mean, you generally only have a couple of pages of these players on the market, and given how popular these leagues are, so many people are going to want to complete an SBC. There's just way less cards than there are really needed for an SBC, so there's going to be a massive demand but a very limited supply. And if you guys go ahead and pick up loads of these cards, you can flood them onto the market, and you'll be getting cards for a couple hundred coins that you're selling for thousands and thousands, and they're going to sell so quickly too, because everyone will want to complete the SBC, and you can make so many coins. It's mad. Finally, we've got La Liga, a league I'm actually yet to invest in, just because right now I've been focusing the majority of my coins and efforts into primarily the Liga and the Serie A, just because in my opinion they're the 2 leagues that have the very best investments in, just because there are loads and loads of players who seem to be the only player in their certain position for their clubs. That's less of the case in leagues like La Liga, but that's not to say there aren't good investments here. Loads and loads of good players to pick up from La Liga that will make you loads and loads of profit, and these are players I'll be picking up over the next couple of weeks and months. Now, the issue with La Liga is just because the majority of the clubs in this league are quite good. You don't really have any awful clubs or any clubs that don't have many gold players. They all seem to have a lot of gold players, and I mean, you don't have many silver players, and there's also a lot of players in a lot of positions, so you don't find many positions where there aren't many players. But I found a few. Silva, for example, is the only left back for Leganes, but he's quite expensive because of that. Juan Fran is one of only 2 right backs. You've got him and Nyom as well. They only have 2, and they're both silvers, so both cards that will probably rise up a good amount in value. Verde is the only left winger or left-sided midfielder for Real Valladolid, one of the newly promoted sides. And I mean, you guys can see a lot of these examples here, and it's primarily just wingers and fullbacks, just because they're normally the rare cards. I mean, you guys will have seen this, you'll have spotted that throughout all of the other other leagues I've shown you guys, it's primarily defenders, fullbacks and wingers, just because they're normally the rarest ones on the pitch. But you guys can see a variety of different cards there. A lot of players from Huesca, and that is because they're a newly promoted side, really small, probably the smallest or one of the smallest teams that's ever been in La Liga. They only have, I believe, a 4,000 or 5,000 capacity stadium, which is minuscule compared to the likes of Barcelona and Real Madrid that have like 80,000, 90,000. And I mean, I think they actually got a good result. They either drew or actually won against Atletico Madrid earlier in the season, but they have a lot of silver players just because they're one of those smaller clubs. They don't have many golds. Another team right here, I believe they may also be newly promoted, Real Valladolid, is their midfielders. They just have loads and loads of midfielders, and they're all silvers. They don't have any gold midfielders as far as I'm aware, so some good investments there. I think this guy may be the only left back as well. Didac Villa is the only left back for Espanyol. So just a couple of examples there. There are good investments in La Liga. There are good investments in all these different leagues. But this is going to finish the video off. Now, if you guys go ahead and pick these cards up over the coming weeks and months, you will make profit. A lot of you are probably wondering when should you sell these cards, and it is up to you. You've got 3 different options. Firstly is selling the hype before the league SBCs are released. I wouldn't really advise that, although you will make guaranteed profit with no risk at all really, as cards are going to rise in value as people hype up the SBCs. They're going to rise up more when the SBCs come out, and it's not like maybe the marquee matchups where they may not include certain clubs and you may not make profit. With the league SBCs, you know which clubs are going to be there, you know which leagues are going to be there, and you know the cards that are going to rise in price. So I wouldn't really recommend selling the hype. Some people may, but I personally wouldn't. You can sell when the SBC is released around kind of the time it comes out, normally 6 PM. You can sell them about 7 or 8 PM, and lots of people are going to be buying those cards. They'll be in massive demand right then, but the issue is there's going to be a really big supply of the cards because loads of people will be investing in them and will list them up on the market around that time. So you can do that if you want. You'll make good profit, but my personal time that I'll be selling these is around a week or 2 after the release of the SBC, and that's for one simple reason. That's not when everyone else is going to be listing their cards up. They're going to do it when the SBC comes out, and as I said, there'll be a big supply of the cards and a big demand. About a week or 2 later, there will be a little bit less of a demand, but there'll be a much smaller supply of the cards because everyone will have already sold them onto the market, and they'll be getting really rare. And that's the time where cards start to go extinct, their price ranges get increased, and they rise up in price. That's where we see those silver centre backs, for example, from Lille last year. That's when they hit 30, 40k. We saw the wingers hit 50 or 60k, and we saw that with various different clubs. Players would go extinct, the price range would go up, the cards would get very rare, and would instantly sell on the market for 20 or 30k. That's what you want. That's when you want to sell your cards. So if you want my personal recommendation, it's around 1 or 2 weeks, or maybe even a little bit longer, depending just on the players. Some of them will take longer to rise up, but it's a couple of weeks after the release of the League SBC. Now, if you guys have any more questions, let me know down below in the comments. If you do want to see maybe some of these similar kind of investment squads for other leagues, I can do that for the Liga North, the Super League, the Russian League, all those other leagues. But I mean, just for one video, I think I've covered enough here. It took me hours and hours to look through every different league in Europe, all the big leagues, look through all the clubs, find certain positions where there were only 1 or 2 players, stuff like that. Took a lot of effort. So if you guys have enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like on it. But just so you guys have, I mean, hopefully you've realised by now, just so you guys know, this is not clickbait at all. I know it says you can make millions in the title, but I made maybe like 5-6 million coins last year using this method alone. It's crazy. No other method on the game allows you to get cards for maybe 150 to what, 3, 4, maybe 500 coins and sell them for 10, 20, 30k in some cases. That profit margin is unheard of, but with this method it's possible, and it's like that you can make millions of coins. If you guys spend 1 or 200k on investments, you will make 1 or 2 million coins. It is as simple as that. If you get some of the cards I've shown you in this video, you don't just have to get one of the cards. If you find one that looks to be a really good investment, maybe the only right back for a certain club, for example, pick up loads of them, store them on your transfer list, and you're good to go. But anyway, I really hope you guys did enjoy the video as much as I did making it, and if you did, leave a like on it, subscribe if you're new on here. I'm aiming to hit 100k subs throughout FIFA 19, so if you guys could hit that subscription button, it would be much appreciated, and I'll catch you later. Take care.